Hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday. The S&P 500 was down 0.3% today. I've been out for a few weeks here, so I'm going to do a little summary. We don't have a show today, so just want to kind of summarize maybe sort of what's been happening really over the last 3 weeks since I've been out. Today was kind of interesting. It was down a little bit, but it was very significant because yesterday we hit a new all-time high. We hit the all-time high previously back in December 6th. We dropped down when we started to get numbers that were too good. So in other words, we had, inflation predicting numbers theoretically. So we had, high number of jobs created that kind of drove the market down. We got some earnings results and some other, gross domestic product numbers and things where the economy seemed to be, in a place where it's kind of heating up. There was obviously some concerns. And so market kind of tailed down for a while. And then once we got the CPI report for the month of December, the market's been on an uptrend ever since because that particular report came out showing a better than expected results. And so we've been marching towards a new all-time high. This is the first week, theoretically, of the Trump administration. Market was up for the week. I don't think that's what people expected to a certain degree. I said on the show at the end of last year a couple of times that when everybody starts to expect something to happen, it often goes the other way. It doesn't mean that we still might have downturns or what have you, but I do think at least so far the market's been pleased with the taming down of the tariffs conversations. Again, that could come up again and create some issues, but so far the market has been going quite well, and we're in the middle of an earnings seasons again, so we'll get to see here coming up, how the big tech companies did and how earnings are altogether. And ultimately, that is what drives the market, as we can tell. So again, December 6th being a high, and then yesterday, we eclipsed that. Today was significant because we did not go below the December 6th high. We stayed above it. So you look for at least 2 days in a row, if not a lot longer, where, the market can continue up. If it just goes up for one day and it comes back down, sometimes that can be perceived as a false move, and we can get a little sell off from that. So I was glad to see that it hung up there at least today as far as that goes. But I've said many times in the past that I'm much more satisfied with the market that has these types of periods where from December 6th, till the 23rd of January, the market didn't make any money. It's quite a bit of time, but it made so much money last year that it kind of stretched itself. And so it needs to take these breaks. If it continues to go up and up and up, straight up, which sounds like fun, it is until the result of the downturn starts to come at us, because you get a straight up motion. Sometimes it's stretched out so far, it'll come back down a little bit and people start to panic because there's not a lot of support there, especially when it goes straight up. And all of a sudden you end up with a big downturn, where maybe in a normal market that might have been a 10% downturn, we're all of a sudden in something much larger. So this is very, I think healthy for the market. What's been happening has been really, really good. The momentum of the market going back to, October 13th of 2022, when we hit that low in 2022, we've been marching along, plenty of little downturns. It's a really nice looking pattern as far as I'm concerned. We're a bit stretched out. This is a pretty hot market. There's no doubt about that. But historically, we have had hot markets that go for longer. The average upturn market is 5 years. We're about 2.5 years into it. So we got a ways to go potentially on an average basis. We'll see what happens. But anyway, that's my summary. I'll be back in action, every day like I normally do starting next week. So look forward to being able to talk to you then. Thank you very much.